Hello everyone and welcome back to ALifeLearned. If you can tell, it's a celebratory vlog because we made 500 subscribers! Yay! And I decided to celebrate with wearing this, what seems to be a dunce hat. It's supposed to say party. See? Party. Party hat. I made it because I was like, I need a party hat to celebrate. And necklaces because, yay! I'm very, very, very happy and appreciative to have reach this many subscribers and to have this many people appreciating my content enough to subscribe and to continue watching. So thank you guys so much for your subscriptions, and in celebration I decided, other than looking ridiculous, I wanted to do a little Q&A. So I put some questions or some posts out to my social media and offered for people to ask questions. And at first it was silent, which made me sad, but then I asked again and I got some responses on Facebook and then a response on YouTube and Twitter. So starting with Facebook, Jessica was nice enough and silly enough to ask, what Hogwarts house would you be in? And I actually had a friend, well, an old friend, go through an entire party of people and see what house that they would be signed into or assigned to in Pottermore, the Harry Potter website. So I actually officially know that I would be in oh shit, what's it called? Ravenclaw. And honestly, I'm not like the hugest Harry Potter person, so I can't remember, what qualities you're supposed to have to be in that. But that's what I got, so that's what I am. Ravenclaw, yeah. Leon asks, how much maple syrup do you own right now? I don't own any because I'm actually not a huge fan, and real maple syrup, which is the best stuff, is really expensive. So I don't really have any at all. I'm also not a big fan of pancakes, which is the only thing it's really good for. So, not the typical Canadian answer I suppose you'd be expecting. He also asked, what's your favorite soup other than chicken made by your bae? Okay, let's not use that word, bae, but anyways. Favorite soup? I just discovered this soup I really like called chicken pot pie made by Campbell's, and it's sort of like a chicken a la king, creamy, thick chicken soup with dumpling stuff in it. I also like Italian wedding, I guess. I'm not a big soup person, but it's a really easy way to have lunch. So sometimes I'll pop open a can of Campbell's something along the lines of that. Next question he asked was 100 duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck. Apparently, I think this is, Shane said something about this being a Reddit thing, and I know it's supposed to be a joke, but I didn't get around to cluing myself into what the joke is. So, a duck-sized horse? I don't know. Out of the loop on that one. But anyways, moving on. Christopher asked, do you believe in capital punishment? And no, I don't. I don't know. It's a really complicated subject, of course, but I just don't see. It's like saying two wrongs make a right when you say that, this person did so much wrong that they should lose their life altogether. I don't feel like anyone is beyond healing and change. Anyone at all. Even if they can't, heal and become a good, contributing, helpful person in society, they can still, improve, work on themselves. That's what I believe anyways. No one is beyond healing and somehow improving on themselves. So I feel capital punishment just, removes that altogether. It doesn't give anybody an opportunity to work on their problems or what they've done wrong. So no, I don't believe in it. Next question, Raul asks, I hope I pronounced that right, I'm sorry, asks, what music do you listen to? All kinds. Gosh, where to start? Well, I have my my Media Monkey open right now, so I can go through and I can be like, okay, what do I listen to? What's in my goods list? So I'm so all over the place, right? Like I love, from childhood on, I've always loved Linkin Park because they're just when I was younger, they were really sort of angry, really expressive. Now they still put out really expressive, but it's a lot less angry, more just like feeling music, and I really like it. But I'm also really into like just everyday popular music. I'm trying to think of who on here is common. I listen to some Pitbull because he's a really good to dance to. Rihanna. I've always loved Eminem. I'm not huge into rapping, but if there's a rapper that I like to listen to, it's Eminem. And on that note, what's that other one I've been listening to? Where'd it go? Where'd the artist go? Come on, don't let me waste people's time now. 21 Pilots, yeah, they do like a little bit of a rap thing, and I really like what they do. They have like a singing mix to it too. And I also really like, Daft Punk and electronic music like that, electronica. I don't know, Kesha, Avicii is great. I'm getting really into a lot of indie music lately too. So a lot of artists that I guess aren't super common. I don't have an indie list here, so I'm like, I can't list off who I can think of, but there's like, oh, I'm not good with names when it comes to artists. I like a lot of music. I like almost everything, but I'm not a huge fan of country, or a huge fan of like reggae or too much rap. Just mostly Eminem. And yeah, just something with a really good beat. I love to dance, so anything that has a really good beat to dance to is something I probably will like. Okay, moving on to Nat's questions. Nat asks, have you ever been caught picking your nose? Very nice, Nat. Very nice. Yes. I'm pretty sure when I was a kid, on more than one occasion, at least, if not more, I've been caught. Yes. And I can't think of a time where I've been like an adult and had a really bad booger in public. So, but like in classes and stuff, I can remember like kids teasing me for instances. Luckily, those teasings didn't last long. But yes, that's happened. Thank you, Nat. Awkward question. Next question is, which one of your toes is your favorite? I don't think I have a favorite. I actually don't really like my toes. I don't like my feet. I don't know, it's not that I don't like my feet. I'm just not a feet fan, so I don't have a favorite. I like them all. I don't know. Next question is, have you ever laughed so hard that you've fainted, puked, or peed? I have laughed so hard I've peed, yes. My sister made me laugh so freaking hard that I peed a little. It was a little embarrassing. I think I was like 10 or 11, and it was April Fool's, and I scared her when she came into her bedroom. Like I just felt like doing it. I don't know. And just the way she reacted made me laugh really hard. And then she fell off of her bed as she was laughing, and that made me laugh harder. And then I peed, just a little, but it happened. Yes. But no, I've never fainted or puked. I don't think that would be a pleasant laughing experience. Next one is, what's more important to you, your makeup or your hair? Well, on a daily basis, my hair, because like I always brush it before going out and like want it to look not gross, and I like never do my makeup or very rarely. But on like a night of going out, my makeup's more important. I'll leave my hair pretty much not untouched sometimes and just focus on my face. Because I don't know, I suck at doing my hair. That's probably why. I've never really gotten good at it. Trying to curl like my hair, it just never goes well. So sometimes I just leave it. Moving on. Oh, my hat. My little party hat is falling. Leon asks, what does suck a hat mean? So that was a blooper from my blooper reel. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's just like kind of, go fuck yourself sort of thing. Something along those lines. I heard it somewhere at some point. Someone commented on my blooper reel that they really enjoyed that because apparently it's Victorian humor. I don't remember where I heard it, but apparently I've heard it. And yeah, it's when I get mad, it tends to come out. Yeah. Let's see. Maggie asks, do you have any advice on body image? Okay. Well, I guess my first suggestion would be go to my recent video on perfectionism and self-confidence, because I've got a lot of good tips in there that really do apply to body image. But as well, I think the biggest tip would be don't compare. Do not compare yourself to other people, because there is no average. Something that my other half told me recently, or a little while ago anyways, and it's a really interesting thought to think about, is when they were designing jets, they took the average, like averages of, you know, head size, shoulder width, all those things, of a whole bunch of people, and they made this jet, and nobody fit in it. Nobody could fit into this jet seat, because nobody is the average of everything. Nobody. I mean, we have average ideas of what's attractive or what's good or bad in an appearance of a person, but nobody is average. We're all, you know, having some average traits and a lot of really unique different traits. And thus we all have our own unique things to value about our body. We have things that maybe to some people might not be attractive, but to others are. That's something I've really found about beauty, is there's some people that really do find me quite attractive, and there's some people who think I'm kind of ugly, and that's okay. That's fine. That's their opinion. Ultimately, your body image is what you think of yourself. And I've come to find that I just need to be okay in finding that I am excuse me, beautiful, or that I have beautiful traits about me, and whatever isn't perfect, that there's nothing wrong with that. That just makes me human. And you know, everyone else has those imperfections as well. That doesn't make me any less, or any less comparable, any less of a person. And I don't know, I feel like body image is really, really related to how you feel about how you look, and thus how you reflect and other people see you. And so, yeah, biggest thing is don't compare to others, for sure. And try to see where there's definitely beauty in you, and try to value what you do have instead of focusing on what you think you don't, because, you know, that's not important. So anyways, okay, moving on. Leon asks, Ricky, Julian, or Bubbles? This is related to Trailer Park Boys, which is something filmed in Canada, and I would have to say Bubbles. I think a lot of people would say Bubbles. Mostly because, like, I don't know. I can't, is it Julian? Yeah, Ricky's the asshole. And Julian, I've not watched the series that much, but just Bubbles is cute, and I like how he treats cats. And he's always, like, picking everyone else up when they're wasted and helping bring them home, so I like him for that. So yeah, Bubbles. And final question. Raul asks, one more. Why consider learning an instrument as a form of therapy? So I assume by that he means why not learn an instrument as a form of therapy. And I actually do play the guitar sometimes, though doing anything physical, such as playing instruments, unfortunately really hurts and causes me a lot of physical pain, because I have most of my pain in my arms. So unfortunately, with that in mind, I don't play as much as I'd like to, but I try to pick it up when I can, and it's fun to just, like, tinker around and pluck at the strings. I'm not very good. I'm not good at all, really, but I'm capable. I know the notes, and I can play a couple songs. So I do sometimes. So, moving on to the questions on YouTube. Darcy asked, what do you do for work, and what would you like to do? So, this is what I do for work, in all honesty. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed from my edited videos, but I put a lot of work into them. I spend upwards of 7 to 14 days, or more. Like, that basic income video took me probably months of work, culminating over everything I did. But for some of them, like, I put a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of time and thought into scripting, and then a lot of time in actually recording it. Oh my god, that's why I have so many blooper reels. And then a lot of time in editing, and then a lot of time in trying to make it interesting with visuals and, you know, stuff like that. So that's what I do for work, because right now I'm actually on disability, for those who aren't aware. It is in previous videos, I've said plenty of times, but I was on assistance for the longest time, and after fighting with them for, what was it, 2 or 3 years, 2.5 years, I can't quite remember, but I fought for quite a while, living on next to nothing. And ODSP, Ontario Disability, isn't that much, but it's way better than assistance, like just everyday assistance. So yeah, after fighting with them for a long time about how I was basically getting worse and worse and worse because I needed to be able to support myself in order to not get worse, in order to actually get my therapy going, I finally got approved for disability last summer. And that's basically what my life is right now, is trying to get better, because eventually what I want to do for work is turn this type of stuff into a career. And not so much YouTubing per se. I mean, maybe I might somehow start a Patreon or something like that. But more turning this into like a speaking career, a motivational speaker type, educational speaker type thing, where I share my knowledge and my experience and help motivate and teach people just various different things about life. Kind of a life coach thing, I guess. That's what I'm hoping to eventually have as a career and as like an income creator, is doing what I love and what I passionately feel good about in life as a way of living, because I don't see why not love your career in that sense. But right now, I'm still pretty ill and still really working things out mentally and otherwise, which is why, my channel isn't necessarily consistent all the time. And so I'm on disability. I'm not really working. And my work, my form of sanity, because when you're given so much free time, you tend to go crazy if you don't do something with it. I do therapy, but you can't just do therapy all day long, all the time. So I do this. I make videos for you guys. I try to share information, lessons that I've learned, as I say at the end of every video. So that's what I do, and that's what I want to do. What are your thoughts on YouTube and the community building around you? So I feel like that's a very two-part question. My thoughts on YouTube. So I'm sure we're all aware there's been a lot going on about YouTube drama between the big YouTubers. And I feel that's a little bit disappointing in terms of YouTube overall, because it's taking away from just enjoying the people and the content that they make. It's them dwelling on people that don't make content that they necessarily approve of. And I just feel the way to address real problems like that is to just try and put out good content that promotes the ideas that they believe in, rather than just being like blah blah blah, drama drama drama. And in another sense, I'm so glad I'm so small that I don't really get involved in that at all. I'm just like, yay, nobody cares what I say. I mean, mostly. So in that sense, there's no drama for me. And I try not to be confrontational with people. I just, at the same time, I'm not afraid to say things. And if you disagree, offer a good argument. Or I'm not going to listen, because I'm just about having constructive conversations, not about opinion, this is how I feel. Well, if this is a feelings vlog, that's one thing. But if we're talking facts, that's a whole nother thing. So, yeah, that's how I feel about YouTube. In terms of the community building around me, oh my god, you guys are amazing. I love you so much. You guys have just changed my life in terms of how I feel about myself, about my therapy, about my progress, mental health-wise. You've really made me feel like I can reach out and talk to you guys about what's going on in my life, and that you'll care, and that you'll offer me good suggestions on how to deal with it, and just that I'm not alone, and that I have a lot of good, smart people out there who want to support me and feel that I'm offering good stuff, that this work that I'm doing in between my time of disability is worthwhile. Because I think that's what everyone wants in life, is we want to contribute and have it worthwhile and have it worth something, contribute and be useful. That's the word I'm looking for. So the fact that you guys watch and that you say you enjoy my videos, and that sometimes, my advice videos are helpful, for example, it just means so much. It gives me feeling of value and worth in life in a way that I never fully expected and really, 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 really appreciate. And I also, in terms of how I feel about you guys, I'm just like, I'm excited because you all seem like really progressive people who want to talk about open-minded things, and you want to move forward and see the world grow and become more compassionate, and that's exciting because, as I'm sure you guys know, it feels hard to find good, compassionate, empathetic people these days, in the sense that we're all put into a lot of situations that can make people act less empathetic than might otherwise be appreciated. And that doesn't mean that they're not empathetic people, it's just situations have impacts on us. And so, in that sense, it's really nice to feel that there's so many people out there, at least 500, if not more, who are really compassionate, open-minded, progressive people who want to build a community of sharing ideas and trying to be a forward-moving community who cares about each other and wants the world to be progressive and happy. Because I feel like that's my goals with my channel, for sure, is sharing ideas and trying to help people be happier in life, find happiness through education, because I just really find that understanding things can really help you in feeling better. Frustration comes from lack of understanding a lot of the time, so yeah, that's the thing. And okay, his final question, because I'm wandering off and chattering now, is what games do you play other than just one more block, then I'll sleep, which he means Minecraft. And I've actually been Minecrafting a lot. I've been meaning to start a new world to start streaming with people, so I'm sorry I haven't got to that. I've been meaning to. I got a lot of stuff on my plate with the victim witness statements and all that. But, not much, actually. I never really learned to turn to games as a source of stress relief. I've only just sort of been starting to do that a bit more. So, like, as a kid, I played Mario a bit, and, like, random games, but never been a huge gamer. I sort of play, like, Snake, like, you know, the little snake that you get the dot and then it grows. I play that a lot. Excuse me. And Roller Coaster Tycoon, that's super old game. I play that sometimes, but lately it's just been Minecraft because I really like the creative element of it, and I can just go in and sort of immerse my mind and disappear from the stress of today. And otherwise, I'm just, yeah, I'm not the hugest gamer, so I don't play much else. But I don't know, sometimes I'll venture into my spouse's game. He made the game Chroniclism that I did a video about a while ago, and I'll play that sometimes a little bit, but not too much other things. Been thinking of, there's another game that he said he wanted me to try, but I'm just not a big gamer, so no, haven't really got into that too much. Mostly just Minecraft. And the final questions, very kindly from Angie on Twitter last minute, she asked me, what are my long-term career goals? I think I sort of already covered this in terms of wanting to become a speaker. But I guess what I didn't mention is that I want to... Wouldn't it be nice if you could, like, help a ton of people in the world without becoming famous? Because that would be a real goal in life. I don't want fame. I don't want to be famous. But I want to help a lot of people. I want to, like, reach out to a lot of different people in different countries. I want to feel like I've touched a lot of different parts of the world with the help that I'm trying to offer. I guess my life goal is to really have an impact on the world overall in terms of compassion. I want people to feel like compassion is the best idea, is the best choice whenever dealing with anything. When dealing with other people, when dealing with animals, when dealing with plants, when dealing with the environment in general, when dealing with anything that you interact with. Being compassionate and empathetic is always the best idea. Open-minded and progressive, why not? Yeah, so like that's, I guess, my life goal is to spread those ideas. And as I mentioned, I kind of want to work my way up to somehow speaking about these more often in open settings with people who, you know, want to listen. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to get about doing that, but I have some ideas, so work in progress. And the final question is, oh, this video is getting kind of long, so that's good. What is your favorite movie to watch when you're sad? Well, I don't tend to rewatch movies, actually. Sort of, you know, I'll watch it once, and unless someone else who hasn't seen it wants to watch it with me, then I don't tend to rewatch stuff. So I don't have, like, a favorite movie to watch when I'm sad. I think the only times I can really think about being sad are like when I'm depressed, and I mostly just like to turn to whatever show I'm watching at the time and try to like bury my mind in that story. But I don't really have a favorite movie for sadness. Nope. Not something I really do. I find that interesting. Like, a lot of people have favorite movies, and I've often thought, like, should I? But there's no should. You never should this or should that. People are different. Um, I've always found myself to not be someone who really immerses into things, uh, entertainment-wise, like that. Like songs, music, movies, shows. I like them. I dabble in them, but I don't get like super super passionate like some people can and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. Meh. I just enjoy them for what they are, and then I move on to the next show or movie or whatever. But anyways, thank you guys so much for sharing questions with me. I really really appreciate you guys asking all these random silly little things. I hope you enjoyed my responses despite how random they were and not planned in any sense. And I hope you will continue watching, and feel free to comment below whatever you want about any of the questions that I said. If you guys want me to do another Q&A in the future, feel free to let me know and comment some questions below if you do. I'm not sure when I'll get around to doing it, but I'd be happy to. And in the meantime, I'm not sure when I'm going to be doing another edited video. Right now I am working on my victim witness statement for my court hearing at the beginning of June, so might be a little tiny hiatus again, but I'm going to keep up with the vlogging and try to keep you guys updated on what's going on until then. And yeah, there will be a vlog coming out eventually about my trip coming up to Anime North, so that'll be fun. But in the meantime, thank you again for watching. Thank you for asking the questions. Thank you for subscribing. You guys are awesome. And I really appreciate you and love you so much. You make so much difference in my life. And I can't thank you enough. I really hope that you enjoyed this and that you'll join me again next week, as always, to share a little something that I've learned in life.